Yeah.
No, we got part 3.
We got part 3. After that, we lost like the entire
one.
So we've come down to this. The online votes. First one is the best hero. Who will win? I'm sorry, Drake. Batman is the winner of the best hero. And his yin-yang maniacal friend, my favorite villain of all time, Joker, is the best villain award. The best sports game. Yes, Joker's here with us today. The best sports game is WWE All-Stars, which I'm pretty happy about. I was rather happy with that. Biggest letdown was Kratos in Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry, Kratos. You rock on God of War and everything else, but you just did not deliver on Mortal Kombat. You were slow as Christmas. And Christmas is here, which is really bad. And then the best game ending for 2011. Uncharted 3. Oh gosh, it was just like unexpected after unexpected after unexpected, and apparently there's a fuzzy thing over there with unexpectedness in it.
Hello, I'm Michael White, and
Joseph Crewy.
and I'm going to interview him because he recently set a goal to beat 100 video games for the year of 2011. So I have about 20 questions I'm going to ask him. So first off, what was the hardest game to beat, in your opinion?
I'm going to have to go with Halo Wars. That one was really difficult for me to beat. Donkey Kong Country, the original, that one was hard. And the original Mortal Kombat was hard too. So it'd be one of them. If I had to pick, probably Donkey Kong Country. That one took a while.
If you could choose a favorite, what do you think your favorite would be that you've beaten so far?
Well, just this year, I'm not going to pick a favorite from my replays, because I got some good replays, like Luigi's Mansion, so I'm going to just pick games I haven't beat before, and my favorite has to be Donkey Kong Country. It was awesome.
What would you say your least favorite game is?
Final Fantasy Dissidia 012. It sucked. I actually didn't beat it, so I can't count that one. That's not on the list. Never mind about that. Okay, let's see. My least favorite that I actually beat was... Well, the lowest one I rated was Shrek the Third on the Xbox. It was a good game. It was just not... It wasn't too long. It wasn't anything special. It's probably that one.
What would you say was the strangest experience you've had doing this?
Okay, strangest experience. Well, the glitches on Oblivion. Those were always completely weird. Fallout 3 has a lot of glitches too. So, but since Fallout 3 is a replay, I'm gonna have to go with the Oblivion glitches, because it's just random stuff will happen for no reason.
What's your favorite memory from these games?
Well, Crackdown. I love that game, and it gave me a big, it left a place in my gaming memory forever. It was really good.
Now, what made you decide to start trying to beat 100 games?
Well, it all started September last year. I was sitting in the cafeteria of high school with Andrew, and we were looking through a Game Informer, and all these really good games were coming out, and I realized, I haven't bought many new games recently. I've just been buying old ones. And I was like, I'm really behind on some of these. So I decided, I was like, I have Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. I've had them for almost a year, haven't even touched them. Brotherhood's coming out, and there's Halo Reach coming out. I haven't beat any of the Halo games, but I have 2 of them. I'm just going to collect them. I'm just going to collect them and beat them all. So I picked up a game and started beating it, and set deadlines, and I started logging them down in my bedroom on a piece of paper I hung up, and I beat about 15 games in a couple months, and I was like, I think I could set a goal to beat 100 of my video games, and I did.
So why 100 exactly? Why did you choose?
Just a random goal. I didn't know how many I beat in a year, so I was just like, well, 100 seems like a good number.
Did you think you could do it when you started?
When I first started, yes. About 5 months into it, I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to get to like 80 or something, and I'm going to be like, yeah, there ain't no way. But I managed to do it.
Now, was it harder to accomplish than what you initially thought?
Yes, definitely. And I have to say I was pushing for time at the end, but I managed to actually beat 101 by this point, so...
So how many, that's the next question. I was going to ask you how many total you've beaten. So when you played like a series of games, did you do them in order, or?
Well, most of the time, yes. Like, I did Donkey Kong Country, and then I went directly to Donkey Kong Country Returns. I didn't have 2 or 3, so I just went...
I'd love to.
I went directly to Donkey Kong Country Returns. I played Halo 1 and 2 in succession. And Halo Wars, I believe. I played Army Men, Sarge's War, and Army Men RTS in succession. So most of my series games I did do in succession. The Pac-Man World Series, I don't think I actually did in succession, though.
Now, when you played sequels, did they tend to get better or worse the farther along they went?
Most of the time they got better. I have to say with Donkey Kong Country Returns, I like the original better just because you can actually play as both characters you can on the Wii game. Let me just get them. There we go. Okay. Halo definitely got better. The more games I played of that. So yeah, sometimes they got better, sometimes they were just alright.
So what game or game series surprised you the most?
I think the Pac-Man World Series. I never had played the Pac-Man World Series. I love the original Pac-Man and the whole idea of it, and then the entire series, each game got better than the last, and you kept getting new moves, new characters. They were just all really good. And then Pac-Man World Rally just had all the characters from all 3 games in it, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, definitely that one.
What was the longest series of games you've beaten?
Probably Pac-Man. That one had... He's up here again. That one had 4 games total. I did all the Halo games, so that one was pretty long too. So, it'd be one of them.
What was the shortest game series?
Well,
Okay.
Donkey Kong Country, I only had 2 games in the ones I did beat. That one was pretty short. Mario Galaxy only had 2 games. That one was pretty short. I played 3 different Mortal Kombats. I didn't get anywhere near completing the whole series of that. So yeah, those were my short ones.
What type of game did you enjoy the most?
Platforming, all the way. Pac-Man World Series, platforming. Super Mario Galaxy, platforming. I love platforming. That's my favorite. But I also like RPGs. Fallout 3, Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyward Sword. Not Skyward Sword, Skyrim. All of those were really good too. And going back to that other question, that was a short series that I finished, but it was really long to play. Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Okay, go on.
How many of those games featured zombies?
Let's see. Let's just start with this list right here. Zombies. God of War technically has zombies in it. Call of Duty Black Ops has zombies in it. God of War sort of has zombies in it. I already said that. With the God of War 3, God of War is part of the same thing. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I beat both of those. Dead Rising. Fallout 3, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim have zombies in it. Let's see here. Rage had mutants that looked like zombies. So, there was a lot of games that I beat that had zombies in it.
What game did you start with?
I started with Crackdown, and the reason was this guy Mike this guy at work, Michael Hodges, kept talking about it, and I had it for a long time, like all my other games, and I hadn't played it yet, and it sounded really good. And he also said it was pretty short, so I was like, that seems like a good game I could start with. And I've wanted it since the Xbox 360 came out. I just never got around to getting it. And now, when I got it, I never played it. So I played it, started with that one, and it was really fun.
What game did you end with?
I ended with Modern Warfare 3. It would have been Uncharted 3, but Andrew didn't get back in time he was out of town, so I borrowed Modern Warfare 3 first. And that was my last game I beat. Now before that it was Skyrim, and because that's the last game I bought. So
will you be doing it again next year?
Okay, next year I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm not going to set a goal to beat a certain amount of games. I am going to be continuing my list on the website, which I'll put like a little link in the description or something of the video of this part to go to that if you want to view them. But I am going to be continuing my list. I put a little divider from when I reached my goal, and I'm going to put another divider for the end of the year. December 31st is the last day I have to beat games this year. And any game I beat after that, I'm still going to write it down, review it, and give it a score so people can actually get on there and review that. But next year, I'm doing something with video games and exercise. I'm going to do a goal with that. I'm also going to be doing reviews on different books I read about exercise and spiritual warfare and other things like that.
Alright, well, that's all the questions. So.
Alrighty.
And we are back on on our Video Game Awards 2011. I don't know why there's some kind of recklessness going on there. It's getting pretty late. I don't really know what time. It's not late, is it? No, it's not. Okay, what are we talking about? Our prompter has gone the other down. We're going to have to probably never mind, it's being fixed. Okay. The next award is for Best Handheld Game of the Year, which is Ghost Trick, Super Mario Land 3D, Pokemon Black and White, or Dissidia 012. All of those are for the 3DS or DS, except for Dissidia 012. So now let's go to our panel after I say my vote, which is Super Mario 3D.
Land.
Yes, okay, so we're back. I have to say that Drew got kidnapped by a Yeti. Unfortunate. But he voted for Super Mario 3D. And that is my team, because Mario is awesome.
Super Mario 3D Land!
Super Mario 3D Land. Even though none of us have played it yet. Just like to throw that out there, that we've all voted for it.
That's because we all know it's going to be awesome, Mario.
And it's made with the same people that made Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. So they can't go wrong with that.
To be fair, the tiebreaker voted for Ghost Trick.
And announce the next one.
Max Payne 10.
Yes! What? How'd you know I was looking at Max Payne videos? That's scary. Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The winner is Super Mario Land 3D, or is it or 3D Land? It's kind of the same thing. Okay, that works. The next, hold on, sorry, video. The next award, I kind of can't read because my prompter is going this way. Well, I can't really keep up with that. The next one is Best 360 Game. Wow, this is a short list. Portal 2 or Gears of War 3. Mine's going to go with Portal because I think Portal's just hilarious and it's one of my favorite games of this year.
So sad for the 360.
Okay, well, again, I have to cover for Drew because he got away from the Yeti, but somehow he walked off a cliff. Don't know how. But anyway, he voted for potatoes. There's some weird people. Potato, potatoes. You say tomato, tomatoes. I say chicken.
I'm itchy.
Anyway, so he voted for Portal 2 and Best Marcus Phoenix impression. I vote for Gears of War 3.
Portal 2.
Come on, Dom.
Okay, I vote for Portal.
I'm itchy. So we are now about to announce the best PS3 game of 2011. The nominees are, of course, Uncharted 3, Infamous 2, Resistance 3, and Ratchet & Clank All for One. My personal vote, although I loved Infamous 2, is one of the best games of 2011. It's definitely Uncharted 3, and mixed with potatoes in there, just makes it the best PS3 game. probably of all time. Going to our panel.
Okay, again, covering for Drew. But he got away from the wolves, but now a pine tree fell on him. That was random. Anyway, so how did a pine tree fall on him in Mexico? Interesting. In Mexico. Huh. Okay, anyway, so we both voted for Uncharted 3.
Drake, all the way.
Which is Uncharted 3.
It was a hard choice. I mean, you got Uncharted 3 over here, and you got Uncharted 3 over there.
If Gordon sent you, yep.
And then Uncharted 3 again, so I had to go with Uncharted 3.
Uncharted 3.
And Gordon did not send me anywhere.
The winner is Portal 2. And now we are on to the next award, which is the Best Nintendo Wii. Unfortunately, this may be the Wii's last year with the new Nintendo Wii U coming out. But the nominees are Kirby. Was that for 3DS or Wii? Or well, it's kind of Nintendo, so it's just the best Nintendo game. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Apparently Someone's Safe. Also Super Mario 3D Land. And we're going to go to our panel, because I'm going to just go ahead and put it out there. Mine's Skyward Sword.
Fun.
Okay, again, covering for Drew. He survived the cliff fall, just so you know, but then he got carried away by wolves. He's having one heck of a bad day. Anyway, so me and him both vote for Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Kirby.
You may want to hold off on thanking him until after you've answered my question.
Skyward Sword, hands down.
Super Mario 3D.
Skyward Sword, hands down.
Mario.
Oh, Sean? Oh, what was the winner? Skyward Sword is the winner. And we're waiting to get our next nominees, and we'll be right back.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. No, we got part 3. We got but after that, we lost like the entire.
Now is the moment of truth. We've come to the game of the year of 2011. So before we do this, I'm just going to make it quite known that this was probably one of the hardest decisions of my gosh darn life. So I'm going to choose last, because I don't want to do this, because I'm going to feel like I killed myself inside by choosing another game over one of my top favorite 5, because these are all ranking in my top 20, and I'm probably going to cry by the end of this show. Okay, so let's go to our panel.
Okay, well, covering for Drew again, but good news, he's finally back in the States. It was true, a pine tree fell on him in Mexico, but apparently it was dropped from a cargo plane.
Like Drake.
Yeah, like Drake. Anyway, his game of the year was Skyward Sword for Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and
The
mine,
code. Now. It's Sarah.
mine's Sarah. No, mine's Batman. I'm going with Batman Arkham City.
Arkham City.
He said to tell you the code is Sarah.
That's pretty awkward. I think I'm gonna have to go with Skyrim Sword, Drake City. No, I'm just kidding. I have to pick Elder Scrolls Skyrim. RPGs, my favorite type of game, other than platforming. It was such a hard decision for me though, because I love Uncharted so much, and then I love the Elder Scrolls so much, and I love Legend of Zelda so much. It was just like, so
You're safe, officer.
I'm comfortable saying Skyrim.
I also choose Skyrim, although I tossed up between Rage. I like Skyrim because you have a main story, you fight dragons, you have extra side things you can do, but I love that game.
It's Jones, Batman.
So the winner is of 2011, Batman Arkham City. Rocksteady, you've made a tremendous game from Arkham Asylum in 2009. 2-year process of game, just you made everything 10 times better, and you did deserve this game as much as every other game deserves a game of the year. You guys won it out this year. You guys should feel proud, and I will always play the game for the rest of my life. Hope you're happy. You ruined my life. That wasn't good, was it? I shouldn't have said that. But you did! I did.
Alright, this is Joseph, Michael, and Andrew of jmdj Studios, and we just finished the Game Awards, and we're just putting in this little addition here. This is one of the additional reasons you should watch the Game Awards. We're going to start talking about next year and the things we're going to be doing next year. So first off, I'm going to talk about way next year. Obviously next year, around the same time, we're going to be doing the Video Game Awards 2012. That's obvious. But also around winter time, if things go well, we're going to do something with comedy. We don't know what yet. And now Andrew, but we have 2 different projects going on from the beginning of January, and Andrew's going to be talking about our first one, and then I'm going to move in as soon as he's done. And me and Michael are going to talk about our second one, and this should give a little hint, and that should give a little hint. Anyways, go on.
I'm sorry, I got a little brain dead. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So besides continuing on Valor 2, well, that's not really 2. Yeah, it's 2. Okay. Valor 2 in March. We're still working on that. We're also working on the first one still.
Yes, which, let me intercut here just for a second, is horrible because we did not know what we were doing with the green screen at the time, so I'm still working on it all these years later.
The never-ending movie.
Yes, it never ends, but it looks good.
So
it looks good. Just wait on it.
We made sure in Valor 2 that we would fix that issue.
Yes.
That we would make sure that most of the scenes we could do without the green screen.
Yes, and another thing, same thing that is befalling the Fallout thing a little bit, but not as bad. It was just the lighting was bad.
Wouldn't it be easier just to reshoot the bad Fallout thing?
Yes, that's what we're actually planning on doing. Okay, continue.
So, the new major project that we're working on, we are going to do our own Please fanboys and fangirls out there, because there are girls who...
Yes.
Yeah. Please don't hate on us, but we are going to do our own interpretation of Batman, our own version of his origins and how his legend ends. It's going to take place around his early years and probably go maybe to a 5-year span. That doesn't seem long, but a lot can happen in that time. I don't want to talk much about the story. It will follow mainly 3 graphic novels, which is Batman Year 1, The Dark Knight Returns, and The Killing Joke, in which it reveals the origins of Commissioner Gordon, Batman, and the Joker. It will also follow the animated series really well, and this is strictly our own interpretation of it. We own all our rights, that we are however we create these characters, and we would appreciate if we didn't get any hate mail or stalkers who tried to kill us, because we did our own versions of this stuff. We are taking this project really seriously. We hope it won't be too out of whack. Now, due to the fact that we have issues, problems. Yeah. It may not be as cutting edge as what you would expect, but we will put all our heart and soul into it, and we will make it the best we can. Like I said, we are taking it very seriously. It's kind of terrifying in a way to do a project like this, because most people know who this person is and they have their own feelings about how it should be. So we will pay homage to it, and we will try our best not to screw it up, but I can't promise that. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, and then on the other end, we're also going to be doing a Luigi's Mansion movie based off of the first game, just kind of in honor that Luigi's Mansion 2 is finally coming out next year. And of course, if you haven't watched anything on the Rock Buddy yet, you need to go to the Rock Buddy's channel and watch Mario Parody.
We took all the videos down.
Okay, well, watch whatever's up there. Michael is Luigi.
New episode should be coming up soon, so hopefully by the time you see this, they'll be there.
And Michael is going to be the main part as Luigi, and we're going to follow that story as close as we can, but there is going to be some changes that have to be made, and we're going to do a different spin on the ghosts, making them not cartoonish and more realistic. We're still going to leave the humor in there, and this shouldn't take long at all. This is going to be one of our shorter projects that we're going to film just cause something we really want to do. It's not going to be really hard to edit, and it's just going to take a lot less time to get done. So, but we're starting both of those around the same time, so